Hey guys, this is Nefarious411 and welcome to episode 44 of Regrowth. I have been over here just playing around with different things, and I see that the steam boiler is actually at the highest temperature that it can get, which is 1,000 degrees Celsius. And I ended up having to increase my coal farm. Let me turn off Wayla, because this entire barrel ended up emptying out. So I increased my coal farm, added another golem in the other building so that it could keep up with the other demand. And it looks like it's taking about a piece of coal every second, it looks like. So yeah, we're gonna have to make sure that we keep an eye on this. Otherwise, this steam boiler will cool off if it runs out of coal. One of the other things that I changed, you might notice that I don't have the levers underneath anymore, because if you take one of these normal basic gates, and the recipe for this, nope, that's usage. The recipe for it is in the assembly table with a redstone chipset and some red pipe wire, and it gives you the basic gate. And whenever we go into the user interface for it, we can go through here and toggle for, let's see, power requested. So anytime that the system is asking for power, we can go ahead and send a redstone signal, and that will turn this industrial steam engine on. So that is going to be very helpful. So I went ahead and set that for all of these, and since I'm not requesting power right now, it is not actually turning on any of these steam engines. But as soon as we try to use power, for example, if I come over here and try to create a redstone chipset, it's going to start requesting power. And as you can see, these are all turning on now. Steam filled the industrial steam engines, and now we're producing RF. And that is really cool. So let me go ahead and turn that off. We got 9. We'll probably need to create a lot more, but I went ahead and created a bunch of these basic gates because, I mean, obviously we can create the autarkic, I can still not say that, autarkic pulsar, and that's going to be used for pulling items out of inventories and things like that. One of the other things that you might notice is that my refinery and stuff is not here anymore. That's because I did this. I have a couple of tanks over here, and these are the steel tanks. So this is able to hold 1,440,000 millibuckets of any kind of fluid. And I just been putting oil in this one, and I'll show you how I got the oil here in a second. And over here we are actually using one of those autarkic gates, and with the redstone signal all off, it's doing the energy pulsar, which basically pumps out the oil right into these refineries. And the refineries, whenever they produce fuel, I have the same gates over here that are pulling the fuel out and pumping it into this steel tank. And I can actually turn this on by grabbing another diamond kinesis pipe and throwing it right there. Ooh, that was a big burst of energy. And again, since it's requesting power from the system, it's kind of flickering right now because it's just requesting and not requesting anymore because these are essentially full, but that's fine. I don't think it's going to lag any. I might have to keep an eye on that. There's no buffer in between, unfortunately. But this is producing, and you can see a little bit that fuel is actually coming out of these refineries, and it's filling up the steel tank, and that is pretty cool. All right, so very simple design. It's just going from oil to fuel, just going through this, and eventually I might go ahead and use this fuel. I don't know, it doesn't look like we're producing a lot of it. And down here, I mean, we have the solid fuel firebox, and it's doing pretty well. And I mean, I have an unlimited supply of coal. If I didn't, then I would probably lean a little bit more towards the fuel over here. But we might play around with different things in the future. But I am actually going to turn this off for the time being. And right now, I'm just breaking the pipe. I don't know if there's a better way to do that. There might be a pipe. So if I look at Buildcraft, that is not Buildcraft. So this is BC something. What are the pipes in? BC Transport. There might actually be one of these gates that could probably block it. Let me actually see. That's actually a good idea. So let's grab a basic gate and see if I put this here, does it have the ability to close it? And it does. So let's say redstone signal off, it closes it. And let's see if power continues to go through. Oops. It does not. Okay. So if I have a lever, and I place it right there, it'll turn that off. And it's still closed. Why are you still closed? So if I do the opposite, maybe this isn't doing what I'm thinking it's going to do, because that makes it open, output only, redstone signal. That is not working the way I thought it would. Doesn't seem to be opening and closing anything. Maybe that doesn't work on the kinesis pipes. Well, that's kind of stinks. What about the autarctic gate? What options do I have with that? Output only, input only. Yeah, might have to look at that. If I were to change this to like input only. Does that change anything? Nope. Still sending the signal. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Let me just close it for the time being. Well, oh, I know what it is. I might end up having to do 2 gates. I wonder if 2 gates will work. Because one of them has to turn it on, like open. So if I do open on this one, and I say off, on is closed. So if I do that, it turns it off because this one is active. And I could probably do this with an AND gate or something like that. And I might create that later, but 2 gates seems to be working because now this one will open it up and this one will close it with the opposite redstone signal, as you can see. So since this is a solid bar, you can see that this one is true condition, but this one's a false because it doesn't have the other red bar. So that will actually work. Okay, cool. That is pretty nice. All right, so let me go ahead and fly out because I mentioned that I was able to get oil, and it was very simple. I used one of the Buildcraft pumps, and I was able to pull oil from these wells. And let's go ahead and fly over to one of them. Hopefully the chunks will load for me. Be nice. There it is. And I made like a little oil rig out here, and I thought this was pretty cool. It's probably just temporary because as soon as the oil is gone, there's really no use for this except for maybe some decoration. And it doesn't look like yeah, I did. The only way that I have right now to carry around fluids is with these tanks, and these are from Mariculture. They work out pretty well. I can just place a bunch right here, flip on the switch, and this should start pumping up some of the oil. So this is probably going to go up. You might be able to see this thing extend down into the oil. Oh, there it goes. Don't know if you saw it, but there it goes. So it's moving down, and it is actually taking the oil and putting it into these tanks. Right now, I don't have the world anchor with me, so I'm kind of having to babysit this. I don't know if this chunk will stay loaded if I'm on the other side of the island here, but once the engines are fairly quick, it actually goes fairly fast. But I am not going to do this right now, because that is something that I can do in between episodes. I just thought that this looked pretty cool. I mean, it's just a makeshift oil rig, but that is exactly how I was able to get all of my oil to refine it into fuel. So let's go ahead and head back to the main building, and let's go ahead and work a little bit more on the quest book, because we are going to hopefully finish up chapter 5 today. I don't know how far we are to do that. We're 84% complete on 5. There's at least 2 machines that we still need to make, and some of the mariculture stuff that we never got to before. So let's go ahead and do these real quick. So first thing that I need to do is the fermentation. So I need to create a fermenter and a biogas engine. So let's see what that would take. Fermentor. Not tor. So I need bronze. So I need 4 bronze gears and sturdy casing. I think I created a few sturdy casings before. Why am I getting experience drops? Is this full? Let me turn on Wayla. Oh, that might be full. Time for a... should I put a void on there? Yeah, let's go ahead and put a void upgrade for now. Otherwise, this will start spilling out everywhere, and I don't want that. Alright, so let's take a look. I'm pretty sure that I created some sturdy casings. There we go. Last time I turned on the rolling machine, I went ahead and created these with the bronze that I have. So let's go ahead and grab a stack of that. And this is with a stone gear, so we need 4 gears. Oops, I already had these. And let's go ahead and grab cobble from here. And just as we always do, we're able to create the stone gears with the cobble around it and turn those into bronze gears. There we go. And what else do I need? Some glass. I should have some glass in here. And we're done. There's our fermenter. And I think I will use this at some point, because if we look at biomass, which is a liquid, we get this from using the fermenter and any of these different types of saplings. You can see that there's 242 pages, and there's 2 of these on each page, which is 121 different types of saplings and combination, because you can see right here there's water, and with the coast sequoia sapling and 250 millibuckets of water, we produce 500 millibuckets of biomass. But if I flip through here, you can see that not all of these are going to be the same. And if I go back to the last page, this one uses honey, and this is just with the different magical crops. And honey, it produces a small amount, but some of these actually produce quite a bit. So I was looking through here this afternoon, trying to figure out which one produced the most, and I think I found one that was over 2,000 biomass, but it used juice, which you can get from the squeezer and things like the berries or the apples. I thought that was probably not a great idea. because then I would have to figure out how to get a large supply of juice. So I did find on page 18 this one right here, which is Blue Maho sapling, and it produces 1,500 biomass millibuckets with water, and water's cheap, so I might try this. And it uses mulch or fertilizer, things like that, but this is going to be in the long term, because in order to do that, we need to get into tree breeding and also with bee breeding. So might be something that we look at. The first thing that I ended up doing is get the dark oak. If I fly up here, you can probably see over there I have a dark oak, and in order to plant a dark oak, which is a vanilla Minecraft tree, it has to be in a 2x2 of saplings. So I took the Mutandis from the witchery and started converting some grass until I found the dark oak sapling. So once I got 4 of them, I was able to plant and create the tree. So we'll probably do that in an upcoming episode, but for now we'll probably just leave the fermenter be, just so that we can get past the quest part. So let's take a look at our bio engine. What is that called? Biogas engine. So I need 2 more bronze gears. 2 more, and I need a piston. Probably a piece of glass. I already have one. I think I already have the cobble on me and the bronze. There we go. Oops, I think I dropped some. Cool. And more bronze. Redstone. That's the thing that I was missing. That should do it, and we have a biogas engine, and this is able to give us some fertilizer. We'll probably be using this at some point, but I might just leave it for now, maybe in one of these chests, and I will come back to it. You can already see that I have my juice can from a previous quest reward. There we go. I'm just going to leave that stuff right there. And let's just take a look, see what else we have. We have the still, which is another way to create biogas. Because if I look at the biomass, not only can you use the fermenter, but you can also use... maybe it's not from biomass. I think this one's for ethanol. Ethanol right here. We have the refinery, which we already have with the Buildcraft stuff. But this one uses a still to turn biomass into ethanol, which will allow us to burn a little bit more efficiency. So could be, I think it's used about the same as fuel. So we might look at that at some point. I don't know. It really depends on what our power needs are. But I do want to go ahead and complete the quest for this. And this is pretty simple. A little bit of glass, one of these casings. Let's go ahead and grab 4 pieces of that. Grab a stack of redstone, and that should do it for the still. And we should be done. Claim the reward. Nice. So does that complete us? No, it does not. We are 90%. So I'm assuming that some of this stuff, well, I guess I can do the Big Daddy. I mean, this is not exactly related to everything else I've been doing. It's kind of weird that that quest line is actually in that chapter, but let's go ahead and do it. Diving helmet, which is copper and glass. Was that heated glass? I think it's any kind of glass. Grab a stack of copper and a piece of glass. Oops, I did not actually grab it. Still didn't grab it. What is wrong with this? And that gives us a diving helmet. All right, cool. Diving suit. Just some leather. This is pretty simple. Not sure why we didn't do this before. I think I need... Do I need... Yeah, I need more leather. Of course I do. Do I have any over here? Nope. I do have some rotten flesh, and if I remember right, we can just throw this in here, and that creates this leather. So I'm just going to throw like a half a stack in there. There we go. And a little bit more than half a stack. Good thing for Britannia over there. Otherwise, I'm not sure how we would get all the leather that we need. I guess I would have to breed the cow that's outside. Alright, so there we go. I think that was iron. 1 and 2. And we have our boots. And that should be it. Crafting task. Oh, diving air supply and an air pump. Alright. Diving air supply. Just 4 leather. Simple. Bam. And an air pump. Pump. Air pump. Mana pump. Robot pump. Air pump. There we go. Iron wheels. I thought I had some of these at one time, but I may not anymore. Let me go ahead and type in air pump. Make it simple to find. Alright, so that is a plank and a little bit of iron. And what else do we need? We need a piston, some planks. Oops, dropped my bucket. And some glass. Don't have any of that on me. Probably should just keep that in my inventory because it seems like everything is needing glass right now. There we go. Guess I don't need that many. That, some glass, these guys, some planks, and we have our air pump. Nice. Detection task. Coral rock. Alright, well apparently we need to go down and get some coral rock. I know that it probably wants me to use my diving suit. Maybe I should. Got the helmet, diving boot. Was there like a chest plate for this? Diving. I guess that's the entire suit. Kind of weird. Because it looks like it's just pants. Okay. Where'd my helmet go? There it is. Cool. Let me bring this out here and see if this can help us find. So I think you just have to turn this guy, and if I'm remembering right, whenever you're within a certain distance, it'll actually help you breathe. So I'm just right-clicking on this to crank it up. I don't know if there's any way to power this, like if I were to throw a redstone engine, or I wonder if one of these gates will work. Can I pop that on there? No. Well, 700, that might be fine. So if I go down here, looks like my oxygen is going down. I don't want to go too far down, because if I start suffocating or drowning, I don't want to die. Yeah, I was starting to die. How does this work? I might have to read in here. I don't like reading. Now you have better equipment. Time to see about collecting some more minerals. Ancient sand. That is not right. Air pump coupled with diving air supply will provide you with a supply of fresh air while you remain within the length of the cord. Do I need another diving air supply? I am not sure. Let's go ahead and just create one. Maybe that's why they were separate crafting things. But because I used the diving air supply to create this air pump, I guess it wasn't used? I am not entirely sure. So it's at 600. I just have this in my inventory. Am I supposed to wear it? Oh, there we go. It actually fits in my chest plate slot. This seems to be going down. I don't know if it's because it goes down naturally over time, or was I actually using the air from it? Alright, so 700, 800 RF. So it's built up power. It doesn't feel like I'm swimming any faster. Maybe I am. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there we go. My air bubbles came back. Nice. So I guess every time it comes down, it will refill my air. I don't know how many times I have left. See if it does it again. There it does. Nice. That's pretty cool. And just to think, whenever we started this series, anytime that you were underwater for like half a second, you ended up dying. All right, there we go. We got the coral rock, and that was one of our detection tasks. And we have another detection task, which is a bottle of natural gas. So one more resource come to your attention is on the ocean floor. You've spotted small bubbles escaping some of the spots on the ocean floor, indicating the presence of natural gas below. If you dig down from these bubbles, you should find a pocket of highly flammable gas, which will make you feel dizzy. You can utilize air pump with a redstone signal applied to collect the gas. With the air pump, putting it away. Jason tank. Oh boy. All right. Let me go ahead and grab that because we need an air pump. And do we need bottles? Do not have any bottles on me, so let's go ahead and create some bottles. I have the mariculture tanks, but I just want to be certain because whenever we go out here, I don't want to have to come all the way back. So let's take a look, see if we can find any of those little bubble pockets that I was talking about. Hello? Air bubbles. Not sure how noticeable they're gonna be. Am I gonna be able to see it from up here? Oh, there's some air bubbles. Alright. That is exactly what it was talking about, I think. I don't know if you can see this, but there are air bubbles coming up from this piece of sand. And I'm assuming that whenever I dig down, there's going to be an air pocket down here somewhere. Let me just come up for air occasionally. I know that you probably can't see right now, so I apologize for that. It's still stone. I'm gonna have to fly. I'm gonna drown. All right. So I'm just gonna keep digging down until I find an air pocket. If this isn't fruitful, I might look around for more bubbles, and I'll be back as soon as I find something. All right. I didn't have any luck in that other hole, but because whenever I dug down, it ended up being a ravine. But I was able to find one over here. Where'd it go? Did I lose my spot? Oh, no, there it is. It is right here, and I dug down pretty far, and if you see my little bar for my health, you can see that I am poisoned, and that is because I got poisoned. Apparently it's a bad idea to breathe any of the gases down here. This little stat isn't going away, so I'm not exactly sure what I need to do. If I eat magical food, get some regen going, I do not know. But I brought down a piece of glowstone because if you remember from looking in this book, in order to get it, I need to be able to not use a torch because it's a flammable gas. So if I used any kind of flames, it would be a problem. So I brought down some glowstone so that I could actually see. And this is end up killing me. Let me go ahead and put my air pump down right here. Yes, weakness, everything. Whew. I am not exactly sure what I'm doing here. I know that I have to turn it somehow. It said something about a redstone signal, so let's get a lever out and put a lever next to this. Maybe a tank as well. I think we still have some of these mariculture tanks. If I put that right next to it. Oh, there it goes. It's actually filling with natural gas. 5 buckets, 6 buckets. Let me just fill this guy up and maybe we can get out of here and not die. Because apparently it is not a good idea to breathe this. Alright, so let me grab that. I have weakness right now. Place my dirt back. I'll just leave all of that stuff down there for now. And maybe I'll grab some cobble. Make a little tower over here so I know exactly where this is so I don't lose it again. Come on. Grab my dirt, place that back here, and I will place this like that. There we go. And get rid of some of this stuff. I don't need coral and stuff. Get out my inventory. I have inventory problems without you helping. Alright, so there it is. We will be able to come back for that at some point. So let's run over here and probably go ahead and place that down as soon as I can fly again. And I think all I have to do is right click it with these glass bottles and it'll turn that into a glass bottle of natural gas. Bottle of natural gas. Any adjacent tank bottles are made from heat resistant glass. Oh. Alright. Ancient sand. Okay, so can I put that back? Alright. So I guess I need to smelt. Feels like I'm really slow now. Ancient sand. I have some of this somewhere, right? That's just normal sand. Ancient sand. There we go. Let's go ahead and cook 3 of these up. I did not know that we could cook the ancient sand up. And this will create the bottle for me. Come on. Heat resistant glass. Oh, okay. Cool. What other uses are there? Obviously we can create facades. I guess we can only create empty bottles. Okay. That is fine. Alright. There we go. Empty bottle. Nice. Bottle of natural gas. Okay, cool. That finished it. Nice. Alright, I don't really need any of those rewards. I can't use them anyways right now. Let's go ahead and clean up our inventory just a little bit. Get rid of some of this stuff. Get rid of that. I don't know what I'm going to do with coral rock. Let me just throw it in this random chest over here. And, can we claim it now? There. Nice. More fluid tanks. Yay. Not exactly sure what all we can do with natural gas. Usage. Neoprene. Transparent plastics. Hard plastics. Well, we might end up having to use it at some point. Neoprene is used for wetsuits and stuff. But where did that get us in our quest line? Figures as much. Does look like we need to create more of these things, but I think I have hit that wrapping up point. Unfortunately, I was hoping to be able to get through this chapter. We are 93% complete. I am pretty sure that I can complete these fairly quickly. Let's just see what kind of stuff that we need. Sheet of aluminum, we can do that. Titanium, we already know how to create that. Iron will already created, so that'll be easy. Titanium battery, that seems easy enough. Let's go ahead and create a couple of these things before we leave off today. Only got 42 ingots of titanium right now, so might end up having to wait until next episode anyways. But iron ingot. Should be able to complete some of this stuff. There we go. Sheets of aluminum, cooling. We already created some of these before, but I'll go ahead and create more. Looks like I'm out of planks. There we go. A couple of iron things here. How did that go? There we go. 3 of those, I think. Nope, just the one. Oops. And a piston. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and create the sheets of aluminum because I need 3 there and 4 more there. I already have the iron wheel for the compressor base. And what else do we need? A scuba tank. Scuba tank. Oh, okay. So let me go ahead and create the sheets of aluminum, and I'll be right back. And let's go ahead and see if we can finish up this chapter. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I was able to smack a few of these blocks of aluminum and create the sheets for ourselves. And we should be able to create the air compressor. And over here, let's go ahead and create the scuba tank since it's already in our inventory, or our NEI. And we need the air compressor thing right here. Cool. Please complete. Please complete. Oh, I need 2 of those. Well, crap. I need another iron wheel. Do I have another one of those handy? Because I swore I created one of these before. Maybe it's in one of my chests. Yes, I did. I knew I created one at some point. There we go. 2 air compressor bases. And of course, scuba, wetsuit, flippers, all of that. And this is with the neoprene, isn't it? Neoprene. This is going to create the wetsuit. I can probably do this right now. Sorry about the long episode. I am just wanting to complete this so that we don't have to come back to this chapter. I have plenty of that stuff over there, but I am going to grab the bottles that I have. Probably have to cook up some more ancient sand. I don't know if these bottles will be returned to us, but I'm just going to go ahead and grab half of those and half of the pink, probably. Why not? Probably need to put some more sand over there so that we can grab some more pearls at some point. Don't know how many we're gonna need, but apparently I could use just normal bottles. Okay. But this will actually give us 2. So let's go ahead and do it this way. You there, and ink sacks around. Let's go ahead and grab some of the... I only got 8. That is fine. There we go. Neoprene. That only gave us... Oh yeah, because of the bottles. Here we go. Let's just fill all of those up. Have to craft one at a time. Oh wait, these stack? What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing the ink sacks. Let's go ahead and create some of those real quick with the essence of dye. Here we go. Can I stack these? Nice. Alright, so that gives us 8. How many do we need for that? Hard plastic. Ugh. Vat with natural gas. Is there an easy way to get the natural gas into a vat? Might have to try it. Let's go ahead and create some more of this stuff. Might as well create more neoprene. There we go. That should be enough for some of this. Wetsuit. What else do I need? Need flippers. Flippers. Hard plastic again. Scuba mask. Scuba. These are plastic, transparent plastic, of course. Alright, so how do you get these guys? Let me create a different vat. Actually, do I have stuff in this vat over here? Just curious. Yes, I do. I have fish oil, and I don't want to lose that because that sucked to have to get. This just has water in it, so I'm just going to dump the water. That'll be fine. And where'd you all go? Oh, you're underneath me. Wow, my inventory is terrible. This is just making for a longer episode, so again, I apologize. That was not my intent. Oops. There we go. And how do I get this in there? Can I just do that? Ooh, that looks weird. Alright, and how do I create that? Glass. 60 seconds for 32. 5 seconds and a bucket. 25. Looks like it's cheaper to do half a stack of glass. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Even though my inventory is terrible. Guess I have to put these in one at a time. There's a plastic. Alright, cool. How many did I need? Need some neoprene around it. Hopefully I have enough natural gas to complete this. Neoprene. There's that one. I only have one neoprene left. No! Might end up having to cut away again. Alright, I'm going to have to create more neoprene. And I'll probably have to clean up my inventory yet again. Because this is just pretty bad. And you guys, and in the center was some natural gas. There we go. Some more neoprene. And one of these guys, I don't have the glass or plastic. Transparent plastic. I think I only needed one more of these. There we go. And some black and some yellow. Is that right? Yellow. One yellow. Hopefully this will work. And one of these guys. Yay, scuba mask. Alright, so we are almost done. Flippers. Let's go ahead and grab the other recipe for that. Might have to create some hard plastic this way, which is limestone. So let's just grab the glass that I have in here. There we go. And let's put some limestone in there. Don't know how many I need. I think I need 4 or something like that. There we go. Can I just put it all in there? Alright, there we go. Cool. Try to consolidate our inventory here. Still don't have it. We have 10 buckets in there. How much did we need? 4 limestone. Gives us 1. Ethanol. Natural gas, 5. Oh boy. Let's just put it all in there. How many items did I start with? I do not know. So this will give us 2. That is fine. Hopefully that'll be enough. Oop. Let's clean up our inventory a little bit because this is a lot of stuff. And hopefully this is the last thing we need. Either way, I would have to wrap up after this anyways. So there's one piece of plastic. Let me wait for the rest of them, and that should do it for the flippers. Alright, just finished up with the last hard plastic, and that creates our flippers, and that finishes that quest. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. And good thing, because that used all but 2 buckets of the natural gas. Let me just throw a bunch of stuff in here for the time being, because I can't claim the reward until I clean out some inventory. So let's go ahead and throw the rutile in there, that in there, and did this complete? Nope. 96. Well, we were able to complete everything on here that is completable so far. So we got the Big Daddy 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Also, doesn't say Sydney, but if you've seen Nemo, you know what I'm talking about. All right, fermentation, and this one, which is the still. But I am sorry for the long episode again, but we at least completed a lot of stuff on here. If you could rate and comment down below, it would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you like the series, please hit that subscribe button. But for now, this is goodbye.